You wake up, you don't feel like it, you're tired, you're busy, life is pulling you in 12 different directions before you even get out of bed. But then somewhere in the back of your head, you're waiting for motivation to show up and save you. But here's the truth. Nobody's going to tell you about this. Is that motivation is a lie. You can't rely on it. It's not what can get you through the tough times. And if you still are waiting on motivation, you've already lost. And in case you don't know who I am Dustin Fox. I run Fox Fit Nation, where I work with high-performing men who have let themselves go along the way. But today we're going to talk about the one thing that separates men who actually build the life that they want from the men who just talk about it. And let's be real. Most of y'all are just talking about it, not being about it. Okay, it's not about talent. It's not about time. It's not even about having the right resources. It's about this one thing: discipline. And before you roll your eyes and think, "Oh, I've heard this crap before," I want you to stay with me, because what I'm about to say about discipline is not what most people are teaching you about discipline. Because most of you guys are treating it like a feeling, like something that you either have or that you don't. And that version is wrong. That version is the one. That version of yourself in your head, that's what's keeping you stuck where you're at. And here's what discipline actually is. Discipline is a decision that you make before the hard moment arrives. Let me say that again. Beforehand. You got to say, hey, when this happens, this is how I'm going to act or react. Because when you're tired, when work was brutal, the kids didn't sleep, everything inside you is telling you just to skip that workout, skip this. But that is not the moment that you decide. That decision needs to already be made. That's why motivation is going to fail you every single time, because it is emotional. It shows up when things feel good, and it disappears when shit gets hard. Discipline does not care about how you feel. That's the whole point of discipline. Now, here's where things get a little deeper, because I'm not talking about just going to the gym. I'm talking about, what discipline actually signals to you and to everyone watching you. Every time you do the things that you said you were going to do, when you did not feel like it, you are casting a vote for the man that you are becoming. But every time that you skip it, you cast a vote for the man that you're staying as, right? And that's it. It's that simple. But you're in your body right now. That's the physical proof of the votes that you have been casting for yourself. Not because you're lazy, but because somewhere, you started negotiating with yourself. You started letting your feelings run the show. You're not a woman. Quit doing it. And here's what I see in men that I work with, especially successful guys, professional guys who crush it at work. They have mastered discipline in their business, but they've completely abandoned it in their own health. And that gap right there, that inconsistency is going to cost them way more than they realize. And energy it's going to cost you in your energy. It's going to cost your confidence. It's going to cost you how you show up for your family and how you see yourself in the mirror. You cannot lead your family, your team, your business at the highest level and move that needle if you've surrendered the most basic form of discipline by taking care of your own body, your flesh. So let me reframe that for you, okay? Reframe something for you. Discipline isn't punishment. It's not deprivation. It's not white knuckling your way through life. Discipline is respect. It's the deepest form of self-respect there is. And when you honor that commitment that you made to yourself, when nobody's watching, even when it's hard, you are telling yourself, you matter, right? My word means something to myself. I can be trusted. That changes everything, because the man who can trust himself to even keep the small promises, he becomes the man who can carry the big ones, right? And the man who keeps breaking promises to himself, even the small ones, especially the small ones, he starts to believe somewhere deep down that he can't be trusted, that you will quit, that he will always find an excuse, right? And that story is going to destroy you from the inside out. And I see it happen all the time. So here's what I want you to do. And I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm talking about today, right now. Pick one thing, one non-negotiable that you have been negotiating with yourself on. Maybe it's going to the gym and training. Maybe it's getting better sleep. Maybe it's what you're eating on a daily basis. Maybe it's that morning routine that you keep skipping that you see everybody doing, whatever it is. Pick one thing, lock it in. Not when you feel ready, but not when life slows down, not because here's the, whatever reason, because here's the truth. Life ain't going to slow down. Conditions are never going to be perfect. The man waiting for the right time is the man who never goes. Discipline is the decision that you make today that the future version of yourself will thank you for. So if this hit home, drop a comment down below. Tell me one thing that you're locking in. I read every single comment. And if you're ready to stop talking about it and actually start rebuilding your life, the link is in the description. We can get to work today. So go like, subscribe, share this with a guy that needs to hear it, and I will see you on the next one.